these streets, these streets are not safe with the devil and the devil's mistress running free. Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is going to be my review for the Have and Have Nots Season 5, Episode 8. Like I said, the devil and the devil's mistress are free and running around, honey, and kicking up dirt and dust, honey. And by that, I'm talking about that damn Jim and Veronica. But let's go to the hotel and deal with Benny, Hannah, and Candace. Candace is sitting there quiet. She like, I ain't even getting in this shit here. Hannah is drilling Benny about this bracelet. Where's your bracelet, Benny? This, that, thing, and the other. Then she's telling me, what did you do? What does she get you to do? What does this girl got you into? You know, everything, she's putting everything on Candace as usual. And she's telling him, you're begging him to tell her what he did. He won't say it. She's saying, please, Lord, reveal it to me. Girl, you already know what it is, Hannah. You already know. Quit playing. It is what it is. So Benny's sitting there, and then Benny was like getting kind of huffy with her, and she ended up smacking the shit out of him. Twice. Benny told her, he said, now I'm grown. You're not going to be hitting me like that. She popped him again and told him, I'll beat your ass every day if I need to do that to save you. She said, I don't give a damn. I don't want to hear it. You know, she went into the cussing Christian child. I was so tickled. I said, all right. And she told me, you will not disrespect me. You will never disrespect me. Baby, she's ready to get it. I said, Benny, she great fuck you up. You need to leave it alone. You see Candace sitting over there quiet, honey. She's and he knew it, honey. And then baby Q came out of the bathroom and was like, Grandma, why are you hollering? You know, this, that, thing, and the other. They told him to go ahead and take a little bath or whatever. Honey, Candace got the fuck up out of that shit. Candace like, I'm going to help the baby take a bath. She took her ass to the bathroom. And Benny and, if it wasn't for the baby, it was going to get real ugly. But she knows. So Candace went in there and in her little time talked to the baby. It was a nice little scene, but the baby had told her, that he loved her. He says, Grandma prays for you. He says, she talks about you all the time. And she said, really? What does she say? He says, she prays for you all the time. She asked me to pray for you too. And he asked her, do you pray? She said, no. He said, why not? She said, because I don't think anybody hears it. And he told her, well, you got to pray louder like Grandma do. Everybody in this building can hear Grandma when she pray. I started laughing. And Candace was like, okay, baby, whatever. So that was something. Then shortly after, Catherine ended up actually calling. And Catherine and Hannah talked. And Hannah was telling Catherine, I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to sell this car. Because I need the money, so I'm going to have to sell the car. Catherine told her, I won't hear anything of it. They go back and forth, their exchange. Why won't you let me help you? This, that, thing, and the other. And she told her, she says, okay. She said, I have your check. She said, well, it's kind of early. She said, that's okay, but I got your check. She said, if you won't let me help you, I'll tell you what you do. Come back to work. Come back to work. So in the midst of that, Jim ended up coming in and he's yelling, and him and Catherine go out, and he ends up hanging up Catherine's phone. So they'll pick that back up later. Let's jump over to the Artesian. Baby, when I tell you it was going down in the Artesian, honey, David and Erica was having a little exchange, and they're going on, and she's like, I don't like that I have to prompt you to say the things to me that I want you to say. You know what to say to me when I tell you basically when you should say things to make me feel good. And David was like, okay. So then David took matters into his own hand and he started telling her, your eyes are beautiful and you're a beautiful woman, this, that, thing, and the other, and I do like your dress. And then told her, something about when she breathed, he feel like this and that and the other. And then said, when I put my hand on the small of your back, it makes me hard. I said, oh, wait a minute. What the hell kind of shit is this? Is this the Playboy channel? I said, now, Oprah, child, when I put my hand on the small of your back, it makes me hard. I said, well, and his hand was on the small of her back, honey. And she gonna say, well, wait a minute. And he's like, no, I've been playing with you long enough. Now I need to go on to take some control. He said, I like your dress. Your dress is pretty, but I really want to take it off of you and throw you on that bed and make some love to you. And that goddamn Eric gonna say, oh, well, we better go ahead and go to dinner. I said, he's like, all right. Erica, bitch, you're better than me because the dress would have been tore up, honey, and so would David, bitch. Anyway, moving on. That was a mess. So we had that going on. Let's go over to another room at the Artesian. Justin shows up, and Jeffrey, shortly after Justin came in, Jeffrey starts having a conversation with Veronica because Veronica calls, tells him to get home. Because the cops, I'll talk about that later, but the cops were probably more than likely looking for him and for Candace. So she said, you get home right away. He's like, mm-hmm. So him and Justin get talking, and I'm not going to go through it because, again, there was more of these long scenes that Tyler's doing. But the breakdown was Justin basically told him, I'm doing all these things because you changed me. I'm not the same as I was. He's like, I changed. I don't want you to go away. I don't want you to go away. And he basically was putting it out there, and he was saying, Jeffrey's like, my mother wants me to marry this woman. I'm going to have to do that so she can take care of what needs to be taken care of because you didn't get the keys. He's like, I couldn't get near her body, this, that, thing, the other. So they basically went through. He said, Jeffrey, it's really not that bad. You know, he said, it is that bad. He said, see, because you could turn on for either sex. I can't. I don't like girls. I don't like them. You know, that's it. But that ain't totally true because Jeffrey, he fucked Melissa, and Melissa's ass is running around pregnant. So he fucked her the same way he fucked Justin, and when he didn't even like Justin. He fucked Justin the first time, maybe the first 2 times he didn't really like Justin. After that, he was fucking Justin because he liked Justin. But yeah, motherfucker, your dick works when you want it to. So stop it, Jeffrey, with the bullshit. Anyway, and that's what Justin basically told him. He said, you ain't going nowhere. He said, take your clothes off and make love to me. I said, make love to me? Well, all right, honey, he got him hooked. I said, and I keep on hearing people, they keep going back and forth. Y'all better pay attention to who the top is and who the bottom is. Y'all keep trying to say that it's Jeffrey is the bottom. Jeffrey is not the bottom. Jeffrey is punishing that goddamn Justin. Justin is getting done. Jeffrey ain't playing bottom, honey. Look at how their interaction is. Charlie's letting Miss Justin have it, honey. Anyway, so Justin told him, and it was right there. Justin told him, he said, take your clothes off. And Jeffrey still said, he said, fine, I'll do it myself. Honey, he went right for his belt buckle, honey. Justin is the bottom, honey. She's getting her little cuckoo tore up, honey. So y'all better leave Jeffrey alone, honey. Jeffrey ain't sure. Y'all better leave Jeffrey alone. Here. Jeffrey's dad was on some fuck shit. Jeffrey's putting in the work. Mess. Anyway, so that's that going on over there. Speaking of another old nasty motherfucker that want to get busy, is that Quita. Quita, they so busy, they say, oh, child, we got to stay with you, and is that the other? Well, Wyatt, they some old goddamn ghetto ass motherfucking hood bookers is what they are. And she gonna say, I'm real horny. And gonna say, what you got in them pants over there, white boy? And he looking at her like, now you know good well you ain't gonna get none of this, honey. And the black guy sitting there looking at her like, you really want to do that with him? She gonna say, hell no, I'm just joking, but I'll do it with you though. He gonna say, that's what's up. We gonna do it on his bed. So they so busy over there trying to fuck with their nasty old dirty grimy selves. And I looked at the two of them. They got up on that clean bed, honey. Didn't they look like they had a smell to them? Them two, both of them, Quita and that guy, look like they smell like dirty hair and gym socks. Oh, yuck, honey. Horrible. But they over there get the fucking tomorrow. We're going to make him watch. Child Wyatt turned on over there with that iPad, honey, and he's steady texting because they get ready to be doing it, honey. By the time he nut, honey, they going to be in cuffs, honey. Nothing in cuffs, honey. It's gonna be over. It's gonna be a wrap. So I just laughed at them. I said, they so trifling. Okay, so let's go back to the devil and the devil's mistress. Uh, they're over at Candace's home. Veronica runs into a district attorney or lawyer. I don't know which he was. I don't know if he was the DA or if he was the lawyer. But his name was George. He's an Asian guy. They knew each other. And they get to having this back and forth. Veronica breaks it up on him. He's telling her, this, that, thing, and the other. She tells him, well, no, you can't do anything with Candace because, baby, the house does not belong to Candace. She lays all that down on him. He's like, oh, yeah, you want to go that route for real? Do you really want to go that route? Um, he said, he said, you actually have a trial of your own that's pending. And Veronica said, I sure do. And I'm going to win that one just like I'm going to win this one. I said, you better tell his ass, Veronica. Then he said to her, really? It's going to be interesting. She said, because you got a body. He said, I have a body. She said, yeah, but you can't use it. Body don't belong to Candace. House don't belong to Candace. So you got a body, but you can't use it in court. So now what? He said, well, the one thing is, why are your son's car keys found on the body of the dead man? And she said, I don't know. I don't know. So she said, maybe I'll talk to him. And maybe I'll just go ahead and arrest him. As a matter of fact, maybe I'll arrest him and Candace and talk to him. She said, well, that's going to be a problem. They're not going to talk to you. But you do whatever it is you need to do. She said, but when you arrest them, it's going to be a problem for you, and I will see you down at the court in the morning. But you do whatever it is you think you need to do. I said, you better tell his ass, Veronica. And then he throws out there to her some shit about Jim. And then she got a little nervous, but she didn't let him see her sweat. And she's like, he said, maybe I'll go pick Jim up too and go ahead and see what y'all got going on, because his name keeps falling into different things as well. I said, interesting. So soon as she turns around and leaves, she ends up running in the gym because Jim seen her on the television. And what the hell she doing there? Her and Jim ended up having this exchange, honey, and they went on. I'm not gonna go through the whole thing because it was just too long. But they went through this whole exchange. He apologized to her about Catherine. Then he turned around and apologized to her about, she wanted him to apologize about choking her. So he apologized about that. And she said, I don't believe you. He said, I don't believe me either. And she said, I'm sorry about assault. He said, I don't believe you. I don't believe me either. I said, oh, that damn Jeff is a mess. So then he said, I know you put the hit out on me. And she said, and I know you canceled it. And he's like, yeah, I know all the stuff. He said, the shit you did with Maggie Day, so that was pretty good. She gonna say, no, what I did to Maggie Day was brilliant. So they're going there and they're going back and forth, and they figure, I got all this on you, you got all this on me. We are in all of this shit together. And she's like, I don't know, it is what it is. And then she's going on talking about, I'm David. And he's like, don't you understand, child? You done lost that man. That man ain't thinking about you. You worried about some woman. David that moved on, girl. Let that shit go. She's like, I will not let it go. And I don't believe it. And she said, you ran David off. You caused David. Said, David loves you all the way to a fault. And that's why I actually called the hit off. She'll say, I don't believe it. He said, believe what you want. Believe what you want. But, honey, them two devils is in it together, honey, and it's going to be a mess. Last thing we saw was Jim went back to the house, and then a few minutes after that, the law was knocking on the door over at the Crier's house. So we'll see what actually happens on next week's episode. Just a damn mess, y'all. All right, later.